welcome back to Art with Miss Choate. Hopefully you guys are hanging in there. Happy Tuesday. What we're going to be doing today is going to be combining some of these elements we've been doing before. It's going to be using line, collage, and you can either turn our project today into a bookmark or you can make it bigger. I'm going to be showing you a smaller one that I could use because I've been picking back up reading. As you get older, some of you guys know, I stopped reading, but now I'm like, I got some time. I can read again. So why don't we make a bookmark? And for kids, I know I still hold on to Precious, the little ones I made when I was younger. I love looking back at those. So let's get started. For this project, you're going to need some colored paper. Now remember, like I said in some projects previously, if you don't have colored paper, you can take a blank piece of paper, take a marker, and draw in a strip of color. And you can make your own colored paper with your crayons, your markers, your colored pencils. If you're doing this with a younger student and you want to prep for them, you could color in a section depending on their age range. They might not be able to handle coloring in sections and then also doing our project. So know who you're working with and what you need to do to prep for them. So if you don't have colored paper on hand, tissue paper also works. Other things like a grocery bag, like paper bag, that would be a brown, or any other, like if you have a colored red bag, anything around the house you can find, even like a cereal box might have colored. So anything, be creative with this. That's what we kind of have to do right now, be creative. What we're gonna do, I want you to pick 3 colors that you think go really nicely together. I want you to be thoughtful. I want to put a little bit of limits on you. That way you're not doing all the colors you can imagine. I want you to take your time. I'm kind of actually liking, I think, these 3. I don't care for this one. So take a little bit of time. Don't just grab. I don't like that one. I have a hard time here. That red is nice. That's a nice pop. Look at me, I might want to break my own rules. I do like that. I don't need that. So, I said 3, but maybe I'll do 4 or 5. Try to limit, depending on the age of your child or how you feel. I'd say between 3 and 5. You don't want to overwhelm yourself with your color choices. So I'm going to put these to the side. I want you to lay them out so you can see the colors. We're going to be cutting lines and rearranging them. That's all we're going to be doing is cutting lines, keeping them the same width. So like this one, I'll have to put the other way. Keeping them the same width. Now we're either going to be thinking about a bookmark, which might be about this big. Or if you want to do a whole sheet, I just don't have enough paper to do that, so we're going to do bookmark. Make sure if you're doing this with a younger student or someone who doesn't have as good dexterity, that we're taking each action as a time to practice. Don't rush through. Please have your student do this themselves. It's very important that they get good at cutting. Take your time. I encourage parents that are doing this with their kids, do this with them. Have your own art set up, or maybe half the art you do and then they do half. That way they can see you working, you're working together. Art's a great time to create as a family. I like putting it on top of the white paper so I can really see my line. So those are my 5 cuts. Now this is when we get to arrange our bookmark. I recommend keeping a straight edge at the bottom. You could do one down here, but that might be a little rough and potentially tear a page. So now we're going to start to arrange it. How do we want this to look? This can take a little bit of time. You don't want to rush this. You don't want to be like, oh, the first way is the best way. And this is why I do try to limit how many colors, so you don't have too many options to put in. This could very easily turn into a landscape. Depending on the colors that you pick. But I didn't want to say that at the beginning because I don't want to force anyone into a particular thing. Also, depending on how many colors you do, my bookmark is now getting very long. So you could even decide maybe this could make 2 bookmarks then. So I'm learning, even though I liked all 5 colors together, now that I see it, it's too much. It's also too big. So I'm gonna eliminate one of my colors. I think I'm gonna eliminate this purple for this bookmark. You know what, I'm gonna eliminate both purples. They could be their own bookmark. I always like to show you, like, I make mistakes too, and that's okay. You know, I knew before I got started on this, I wanted to say 3 was the limit, but then I was like, but I like these. So, you know what, it's okay to try. I didn't get frustrated about it. I didn't get upset. And now that I see that, I do like it. I wish maybe I can bring in 1 purple. This is where you guys just need to play. And there's not going to be any amount of me telling you what's right or wrong. There is no right and wrong. That's kind of nice. So once you get it to a way that you like, that's when you need to start to glue it down. The nice thing about this is you don't actually need a background paper. I'm just putting it there so I don't get glue on my table. And I'm going to start at the bottom, working my way up, flipping my first piece over. Remember, you don't need a lot of glue. A little bit goes a long way. But in this case, because it is a bookmark, you do want to make sure you get all those edges so they don't get hooked. I'm going to take this to the side, line it up really nice. If yours weren't cut like mine perfectly the same, I can cut that away after. Or leave it if you like it. Press it nice before you move on. Now I'll go to my next piece. Remember, if you don't have glue, you have other options. You could make up a paste with flour and water. You could use tape, or you can just lay them out and enjoy it temporary. Not everything needs to last for forever. It's okay to show it, take a picture of it. Pictures last, you know? I tell it all the time to my students. You can make something, take a picture of it. It doesn't. So this one, you see all my other ones were going all the way down. This one won't. So I'll have to be careful where I want the glue. So I don't need as much glue on this one. See, I put a little too much. I'll just try to rub a little bit away. Yeah, that's looking good. Now, that extra glue doesn't matter because I'm putting this one down. And you can readjust. Do you want more of it to show? That's a really long bookmark. I can even cut some away. Like, I realize I don't need all that back there and being wasted. I don't want it to be wasted. Oh, this one's coming apart. So I'm gonna cut that off and save it for a different one. Maybe I could make up with these that I cut a new bookmark. So I'm gonna bring this back here. I add a little more glue to that one. I didn't want to stay. I tell my kids, like, you know, press, rub it around until you hit 20. It's like also a good way to practice counting and patience. Okay, so we got that. Now again, this is another one where maybe I could cut a little bit more away. I'm all about saving this. Here we go, we have a whole new bookmark. And maybe this is a project, I know a lot of my younger students want to give things to family members, and so this is great. Make a bunch of bookmarks for the whole family. Encourage reading in the house. My mom's a children's librarian, so I know all about how important it is to read every day. I got away from it, like I said before, and I'm loving it. I've already finished one book. I'm in my second already. And then we have this. Remember I said, you know, keep that straight edge at the top, but do take a look. Like, do you like that? I'd rather have the straight edge. So now that's gonna go there. So almost done. Get this one glued nice on there. Press 1, 2, 3, count as high as you think you need for that glue, or however high your student needs to practice counting. And there we go. You can see some of my edges are peeling up, so you might need to go with a little bit more glue. This is a heavier paper that I'm using, so it doesn't want to be glued with a glue stick. But if you're using regular construction paper, tissue, glue stick's gonna be just fine. So there you go, with really simple lines, we have an interesting piece of art or bookmark. Can interpret as a landscape or as abstract art. And here's all my scraps. I can create a whole new one. So we have this 2 shades of purple. I had 2 with straight lines. If it's a smaller one, you could just leave it. I could add some kind of line. To that. Oh, I like that. I like how the green peeks through. And then maybe putting that one on top. And there I have a whole new bookmark out of my scraps. Thank you guys for joining me today, and I hope you had a good time creating a bookmark or a larger piece of art. At the end of the day, all that matters is that we're learning, we're pushing ourselves, we're creating, and we're spreading joy in the world. So just as long as we're, you know, trying our best, doing our best, that's all that matters. So I hope you have a wonderful day, and tune in with us tomorrow. And if you haven't already, check out the videos I did Monday, the weekend. If you're just tuning in with us for the first time, go take a look at all those. Maybe you have a whole art day. I mean, what's better than that, in my opinion? So have a wonderful day. Please like, subscribe, comment, pass it along, and have a wonderful day. Bye.